Hey everybody, welcome back to Mining Modern. I'm Corbin and this is Pox and Friends. So I think I'm going to keep this hand on our mold of 6. Definitely going to get rid of that. It's not great. We are, I believe, on the draw. Oh, we're on the play even. Okay, that works out. So we'll have a turn 2 Bloodghast and a turn 3 Liliana. Not exactly the dream with this deck, but we did mulligan to 6. So the goal, obviously, is to have Smallpox. Ooh, Tron, huh? Alright, this is probably not a great matchup for us. So Liliana could be good. Ooh, Brutality, huh? I think Brutality is worse than plain Bloodghast, though. Oh, maybe not. I think maybe we just decide to go on the... I can even escalate, right? I can get a little life out of it. Because we'll just throw away the Bloodghast. Sure, why not? Alright, choose our opponent. Choose our opponent. Discard Bloodghast. No, we didn't hit any... try to get the extra value. Oh, our opponent just has natural Tron, huh? Well, okay. It's pretty skill intensive. All right, well, we tried to get a little value there with the Brutality discarding Bloodghast, which, to be fair, was the right decision because we play land next turn and play Liliana and get our Bloodghast back, and we've now netted mana, but our opponent just casually has Relic in hand and natural Tron, so that's pretty fun. Yeah, I'll discard this. All right. Wow, our opponent actually messed up here. So we get to play a fetch. We're just gonna get it. Okay. That works. I'm not gonna complain about that one. See, the nice part is by drawing a fetch there, we actually our opponent could have tried to pop the relic in response to the trigger, and we would have just drawn, just cracked the fetch and had it anyway. So that worked out. All right, let's both discard cards. I don't know that we can win here. Our opponent has. We need our opponent to whiff on a lot of draws here. That's going to be the issue. They have natural Tron, and Liliana's great and all. It's not going to be better than Karn though. And given that our opponent had natural Tron, that's going to be an issue. We're dead to whatever they draw, whatever they draw off the top. So, realistically, we're looking for our opponent to miss on like 5 draws here while cycling through with Sphere and so on. And Relic and the like. All right. Oh, okay, nope. They clearly did not whiff. There's a Worm Coil we can't beat. Well, it's a start. So we can actually, this is probably as close as, and we're going to get a Tron land even? This isn't the worst. I wouldn't say that it's good, but it's not the worst. And so we'll make our opponent, the problem is we're still going to lose Liliana. No matter what we do, we lose Liliana. And then I think we basically can't. All right, we lose Liliana and our opponent has a 3-3. Not only did they hit here, but hitting Worm Coil is a pretty good one to hit. I can make him sack the Worm Coil. Maybe the play is to make him sack Worm Coil, block with Shambling Vent. And we still, we lose it no matter. We lose it no matter what we do. We're dead no matter what. Frustrating game. Silly Tron. But it doesn't get much better than that for them. Natural Tron, and when we they go for their hand, they don't have anything, and then they draw Worm Coil off the top. It's pretty rough to beat. All right, well, we can at least take out one of our opponent's Worm Coil tokens. The problem is Liliana is our path to victory here, and without Liliana, I guess we can draw another Liliana and go get the other token. There's not all hope is lost, but it's not looking great. Maybe, and clearly our opponent has the other Tron piece anyways, because they always do. I don't know if I've ever played a Tron player that didn't always have it. And our Bloodghast is gone as well. Expedition map, huh? Okay. Yep, it's all very good. All right, so we just want to draw another Liliana in the Veil here. That would be the dream. The dream was not Inquisition of Kozilek, I will tell you that. Conveniently. Okay, well, our opponent's got nothing but massive amounts of mana and the ability to cycle Relic. Okay, our opponent gonna crack the map here. Play technically sound and tapped the Relic, even though I'm pretty sure it's just correct for him to cycle it and try to kill us, but no, okay. We got a shot or something. And there's the Sanctum move again. So the next bomb kills us for sure, because it means there'll be two things, but we're hoping our opponent finds no bombs. Alright, well, still think our opponent should just pop this Relic and try to draw a card, given they were going to have 8 mana, but is that a Liliana? Nope, okay. Yeah, the 4th mana is not the worst, though. So a Gideon could be good here. Any Gideon could be good. Any Liliana is okay. Well, very good for Liliana the Veil. The Last Hope would be okay. We can't cast Liliana Vess. And we obviously are getting beat down here. Well, we should be able to cast all but one card in our deck. See what our opponent's up to. They finally cracked the Relic, which it should have done already, and is now just cycling through with stars. Okay, well, that's not great for us either. Alright, here we go. Ooh, Fatal Push works. We're not dead. Our opponent just drew a bunch of cards, so, like, you know, we're pretty dead, but we're not immediately dead. Yeah, our opponent's casting whatever's going to... Nope, Sylvan Scrying doesn't kill us. He's got the Sanctum move again already. He's just tearing through his deck. I don't know if we have a lot of turns here to try to get something relevant, but revealed a tower, huh? Yeah, you need more mana, I guess. Alright, well, we'll push the token dead. Alright, we get a turn. Well, we drew Flagstones. I guess we can now cast it. We can officially cast anything in the deck now. Ah, and boom, look at that. We even get to get in there with a Shambling Mint. Did it. Alright, so our opponent, if there's still no win conditions in there somehow. Ghost Quarter. It's annoying. Alright. What do we got? Fatal Push. Yep, that was pretty terrible. Alright, let's see if he burns a Ghost Quarter. I would love for our opponent to Ghost Quarter us here. Great. The thing is, I don't think that 2 damage is going to matter in any stretch of the match. Like, I just don't think that's going to matter at all in this game. Our opponent's going to find a bomb and kill us. Or somehow we'll get there with Planeswalkers or whatever. But what it does do is give us 1 less bad draw in our deck. Ancient Surns, though, probably in the game. Ancient Surns is a pretty messed up Magic card. What was revealed? Oh, a Karn. Okay, well, that was fun. All right, here comes Karn. Yeah, all right, good game. Fair enough. We've been Troned. When your opponent just opens the game on Tower, Mine, Power Plant, I think that's when I think Magic is at its worst. You just don't really get to play Magic. Okay, so we do have some plans here. Won't say all of our plans are great, but we have some plans. All right, so this is the worst Sorin of the bunch. Brutality's pretty mediocre, honestly. Fatal Pushes are pretty bad too. The rest of this all seems fine. Maybe we should go to the other Brutality. Yeah, I mean, it's like another Duress for Ancient Surins or whatever. But that's just not really what this matchup's going to come down to. I'm not certain that Bloodghast matters much either. I think we want all the Planeswalkers. And obviously the Lingering Souls. I think the Bloodghast is probably the least relevant card here. Alright, we'll give this a shot. Hopefully we can run some sort of Fulminator Mage into Surgical Plan or something of the sort. All right, I would like to play first. Yeah, this hand's acceptable. Pretty reasonable. Could obviously we need to draw a land, but we have a turn 2 Stony Silence into whatever, you know, depending on the land situation. Could just be thoughts using them, but it could be, you know, even better. Okay. We could double Thoughtseize right now. Is double Thoughtseize better than Stony Silence? Probably not. This keeps him from cycling rocks next turn. And Thoughtseize gets better as the game goes on. Which is a lot of people, my opponent might just be raw dogging Tron again. Oh, okay, well. Thoughtseizes is for days, I guess. We have a plan. Alright, Thoughtseize number 1. Oh my gosh. So yes, this isn't real. Okay, we're dead. We had everything we wanted and we still died. That's... Wow. So our opponent just naturally draws Tron 2 games in a row and has 4 payoffs when we have double discard. Are any of these beatable? This is insane. Okay. Like I said, I think Tron's terrible for the format. I'm going to try not to rage too hard. Longtime fans you've seen me rage on Tron before, but what we just did isn't magic. We've been sent a hi, good luck message. Me too. Yeah, I mean, this wasn't magic. This wasn't good. This isn't good for the format. This isn't healthy. If I had that in hand a turn earlier, I could have actually varied this up, and maybe we would have had a slightly better shot here. All right, well, I mean, the thing is, this is the most beatable of the things. All right, we'll get the Karns out of here. Our opponent has 1 Wormcoil, 2 Ugins left, huh? And that's it. And an Ulamog. And a Ballista. Okay, so our opponent... Gosh, so they have like under 10 win conditions in the entire deck and drew 2 of them. 4 of them, along with Natural Tron. That's... yeah. I don't know, I think Tron's pretty bad for the format because when creature decks are good, control decks could be good and stuff like Jund or whatever. But because Tron exists, you can't play... like, control kind of comes around when Tron completely falls off. But realistically, you just can't play control decks. Because Tron will just always go bigger than you, always kill you. They'll cast their Ulamog, there's nothing you can do about it. And you'll die. And that really hinders the format, I think, in quite a few ways. It keeps you know, the sort of the traditional pieces of the metagame from establishing themselves and continuing to exist. Because this is just sort of always the boogeyman of the format. That said, maybe we're going to win this game. I can play Fulminator Mage and blow up his land. Oh, and our opponent actually didn't even attack. He missed an attack? All right, well, maybe somehow... yeah, I agreed. Misclicks. Yeah, I've been there, friend. On this series, even. Okay. We'll play Fulminator Mage. I think our opponent has Fatal Push, right? Can I attack? Our opponent has Fatal Push, but no way to trigger Revolt. No, I just need to do it now. Okay, whatever. We'll get rid of the power plant here. And we will... oops. I don't want to pass the turn because we have we have everything to play. Okay, great. Well, we actually maybe have some hope here. I don't know. Our opponent no longer has Tron, and we can Liliana return Fulminator Mage to our hand. Technically, we can even take another hit. And then we can flash back Lingering Souls. I don't know how we're actually going to win the game in the long term, but in the short term, we're not dead. Our Liliana will die, though. That's the issue here. Unless I flash back Lingering Souls. Because our opponent's just going to Fatal Push the Spirit and then kill Liliana. I don't think that's great for us. Flashing back Lingering Souls here means we have Fatal. The next turn we get to play Liliana. Yeah, no, I think I just play Liliana and just go for it here. Alright, so we'll get back Fulminator Mage. I think we're still... I don't think we're favored to win here. It's an uphill battle, but we're not dead. So our opponent is going to Fatal Push our Spirit and kill Liliana. And then on our turn, we're going to flashback Lingering Souls and play Fulminator Mage. And our opponent doesn't have Tron. He does have a lot of life, though. And we are just looking at stopgap measures here for what it's worth, not... Alright, block. Sack, take out the mine. Okay, well this is where this is theoretically where we can turn the corner if we draw something good. Our opponent drew Oblivion Stone. Okay, not quite what we were looking for. Come on, alright. Those are good cards. Yep. Well, that Oblivion Stone was a nice draw. Doesn't have the land for it, so I guess that's a thing. Let's fire up the Shambling Vent. I may as well get in there for two of them. That was the turn if we had drawn a Planeswalker. Well, if our opponent hadn't... Oh, what am I talking about? He can't play Oblivion Stone. I'm an idiot. I'm just so on tilt. I'm taking this. No, I'm not. I'm on tilt from the shenanigans. You can't even do anything with this. I'm an idiot. We can flood out though. We can do that. I can actually fire both of them up. Oh no, I can't. I'm one short. I may as well attack with both here. Let him come back at us. We're just we have hope. We're trying to keep our opponent from getting to 6 mana for that Worm Coil, but if we could just draw a token producing Planeswalker, of which we have very many, we'd be in business. Okay. Instead, I think I've drawn 2 or 3 lands in a Stony Silence. That doesn't feel great. What's happening here? What's happening? Did this work? What is going on, Magic Online? I just can't tap right? Okay, whatever. There we go. All right, I did it. All right, we'll get on in there again. Stony Silence was even worse than land there. Land would allow us to activate both Shambling Vents. Now our opponent gets their 5th land. All right, here we go. Come on, deck. Okay. It's not great. Would have been incredible a few turns ago. Pretty bad right now. Oh, this feels so bad. I can't catch a break here. I almost want to play it in plus and then chump block the Worm Coil. I don't know what's correct. So he's got a Worm Coil a World Breaker in hand. I think I'm going to plus it. I think the play is to play Liliana plus Liliana, chump block Wormcoil, and then hopefully draw a token producing Planeswalker. Okay, I want to make sure I do this right. All right. Activate this thing. All right, we'll block. Is that good? It might be good. So I can make our opponent sack a creature. He gets two things. Then I play this. I could make him discard. I could take it up, which makes him decide which Liliana to kill. Or I can just tutor. I can play it tutor plus, and I go get Getting of the Trials to try to neutralize the Wormcoil. I think that's good because then our opponent is still... I mean, we still get a Liliana out of this deal. Now, of course, this plan all falls apart when our opponent draws the land for the Wormcoil in hand, but it is what it is. So here we go. If we dodge one more draw step, if he doesn't have land this time. All right, it doesn't look like he does. And he's going to take out Liliana the Veil, which is actually the worst Liliana in this situation, I think. All right, we play Gideon. All right, we keep Wormcoil from doing damage to us. I think I tutor again. And I think that I get... Oh, we don't have Liliana the Last Hope, so I can't play it and then minus it to get Fulminator Mage back, which is what I really want to do. It's also kind of awkward because Smallpox would be good, but I don't think it's particularly great here. Lingering Souls is. Lingering Souls is good if he plays the other Wormcoil. I don't know how we'd win at that point, but... I could also just get Fulminator Mage and try to take him off another land. That play punishes us pretty hard if he does hit the land on his next turn, though. A lot of options here. We could also just get something like a Sorin, and then we're blocking one Fulminator a turn with a Sorin token. Or I'm sorry, one Wormcoil turn with a Sorin token. We're getting another one, and we're just getting Liliana value. I think maybe that's actually our best bet. If that's the case, so what's better? Is it Gideon Ally of Zendikar, or is it Sorin Lord? I think we probably want... Or Elspeth. Oh, it's Elspeth, I think. Yeah. Because it doesn't... We trade lifelink for... Well, this ultimate's pretty good, too. And it would ultimate in 3 turns. It starts... Yeah, so the Elspeth takes longer than this one does. So I think we want this Sorin. Our opponent's at 60 life also, so... Alright, so if we win this game, that'd be something. Alright, let's see what happens here. I think we even beat our opponent drawing a land for their Wormcoil here. We don't beat the Ulamog coming later, but we might be able to navigate this to a position where our opponent can't actually have the mana for any of their stuff, and or we lock down what they have. This is a weird game, but we are in it somehow. Yeah, now we're officially making progress because now we have ways to deal with the other thing. So the worst one for us right now would be him getting to World Breaker. But that gets Artifact Enchantment our lands, and that doesn't even matter because we have 2. Yeah, I think we've turned the corner somehow. I'm just as shocked as anyone, don't worry. But we have multiple Planeswalkers ticking up to things that matter. It's prevent everything that would be dealt by it. Oh, so I guess I should attack. So I can gain some life. We're doing it. We're super frenzying it up right now. Smallpox is a pretty sweet one. Yeah, in fact, this works. I don't even mind doing it because we get we rid our opponent of a land in the process here, so this is very good. He discards a World Breaker. That's fine. I'll sack a creature. I mean, I suppose technically I should attack first. Sorry, not. I mean, I'm damage isn't forefront of my mind given our opponent's at 59. I actually want to stop the lifelink one. Okay, so now I'm just going to keep it up for a block, and I'm just going to try to block that thing. But our opponent's down to 4 lands now. We're pretty close here. And we actually can ultimate this. Dang it, I did this right. There we go. All right. There's the proper mana. So this thing's just still going to prevent all damage to be dealt by it, not to and by it. So I may as well gain some life here. Yeah, I mean, our opponent gets a trade off for our creatures, but whatever. We get to remove one from his side of the board. And gain some life in the process. 4, as it were. Oh, and he dealt it all to... Okay, whatever. All right, it's another land for us. Okay, so we can actually get some sweet value here if I'm willing to cash this in. I'm not this turn. But next turn I might be. So one of the things we can do is we can actually ultimate this, destroy creatures or other plants. We can destroy our own Liliana, but it comes back. Return each card put into a graveyard this way to battlefield, so you get a double activation out of it. So that's kind of sweet. All right, let's get on in there. All right, the grind begins. Maybe clocks it. I think we're going to get this game. I don't want to get too optimistic, but things are looking pretty good. Smallpox is pretty nice here. Smallpox, as a matter of fact, should close the door on this one. Because now our opponent is out of cards in hand. So now they're top decking and don't have any mana. So I think we've actually gotten there. Yeah, it was a Nugan. All right, which our opponent was trying to draw their... Yeah, our opponent was just trying to draw the 3rd piece of Tron there to get it. All right, well now we'll slowly begin to kill our opponents. Crashing in. Yep, that's an expedition map. I think we've done it. I would almost get to live the dream and ultimate it even, but I think we're gonna win first. Ah, I didn't want to do that. I accidentally double clicked it. I wanted to make another emblem, but whatever. Okay, we've nearly evened up the life totals now. I did not think we were going to win this game. This is a pretty sweet win. All right, this knocks our opponent down to 11. We're at 42. Please don't scoop. Please let me do it. Put all creature cards from all graveyards. Ah, I did it! I can safely say our opponent was actually a pro and let us do that. I can safely say that is the first Liliana Vess Ultimate I have ever had happen in Modern. Or maybe the first Liliana Vess I've ever played. I don't even think I've ever got this off in Commander. That was sweet. Oh gosh, we have to play another game now? Oh no. Oh, I can't believe we won that game. Our opponent's hand was so good too. Is this good? I don't think this is good. Because our opponent can, if we name Karn, they still just get our permanents. Ugin will still wipe the board. We could name Worm Coil Engine, but then like when the, we get 4 Worm Coils, why not? It's probably better than something here. Well, the problem is he can still attack our Planeswalkers. I don't think it's good. And I don't think the Blood Gas in here is great either. Maybe, but it's at least something. All right, I'm keeping this. Imagine if this hand draws a Smallpox and we get to go Thoughtseize into Pox into Liliana. That would be the dream. All right, Gideon, I see you. All right, Thoughtseize here. Oh my gosh. Well, our opponent yet again is going to have Tron on turn 3. This is ridiculous. I guess we take the Stirrings. I mean, we just know that there's a Nulamog this game. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Right on time, deck. It's fine. I mean, I still play it here. I say right on time. The thing is, it doesn't actually matter. We're on the draw. We can't stop our opponent from expedition mapping. But what this does mean is our opponent's hand that we know about is Seal of Primordium, Chromatic Star, Urza's, and Ulamog, right? And then one unknown. So even though they have Tron now, we have Fulminator Mage to take them off it. And this means that, wow, I think our opponent misclicked through there. But also our opponent doesn't have green mana to Seal of Primordium. That's sort of the super important part. I think I just run out the Fulminator now to keep it from happening. I think this is better than casting a Planeswalker or whatever here. Okay, well now we get to play, I guess Gideon Allies Zendikar is probably the best one. Start spamming tokens. I think we might take this match somehow. Oh, another one, huh? Well, that one's also very good, but now I feel, I think that this turn I can just play Gideon. It would take some really unfortunate stuff to punish us. Our opponent would have to, in the last 2 turns, have drawn, naturally drawn the other mine, plus a 7 mana payoff. All right, there's Seal of Primordium. So this will take care of the Stony Silence, but that's fine because we're going to Fulminator Mage our opponent out. It bought us some time. All right, let's get on in there for 7. All right, we'll take out the power plant here. All right, I think this might work. I think we could be in business here. Sony's Silence is down, but our opponent's not working with a lot of mana. For having Tron on turn 3, they don't have a lot going for him right now. And we have a clock. Our opponent's had in 2 turns here. We have Gideon of the Trials. Probably what I'll play before Liliana. I mean, Liliana, in some cases, can be very good, but in this game wasn't the most relevant. Yeah, that needed to be a Tron land, I think, for our opponent. All right, we'll get in there for 7. I mean, I may as well play Liliana, I suppose. It's not like our opponent's going to... For starters, we have an extra Liliana to discard to it, but it's also not like our opponent is going to play anything that matters, right? In the sense that having this Gideon in play this turn doesn't matter, because we can play it next turn to mine, to keep his guy from dealing damage if he, does have it. And I don't even know what it would be in this situation. But I don't think that turning an additional creature sideways would matter. Although it certainly could, I guess. Our opponent could have Fatal Push. But, yeah, I mean, our opponent could have Fatal Push and push our Knight and only go to 1. I guess that's a thing. But at the same time, we also get to mess with his hand, which is a real threat with taking Liliana up as a threat, period. So... I guess maybe I should have pitched this Gideon instead of the second Liliana in case we needed to do multiple sacrifices. But we did it. We somehow beat Tron. That game 2 was incredible, beating that game 2, turn 3 natural Tron. And he had the map on Tron on turn 3 in every game. That was awesome. I hate Tron, as you might have guessed from the salt there in game 1, game 2. But we somehow came back and beat it. We were certainly against the odds to do so. I don't think Tron's healthy for the metagame, but that was a fun match at least. You're fighting tooth and nail to even get an enjoyable match against Tron. Most of the time, you either run over them like that game 3, or they just run over you with the dropping the Karns on turn 3. But we actually had one of the most interactive games you can possibly have with Tron. So I guess that's saying something. I don't know. Either way, thank you for watching, everybody. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Mining Modern.